Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Big Four podcast. Let's get right into things with Michigan State beating Indiana 35-21. What are your takeaways from this game?
I take nothing away from this game.
Fair enough.
Yeah, until they play a good team. I agree.
Yeah, I don't care.
I've got some things to say. I'm done with this team. I'm done already. I can't stand this team. We cannot run the ball. And what does coach do? Run it every other time. We have the best receiving core in the Big Ten, and he doesn't want to use them. He doesn't want to use them. He wants to pound the ball up the middle. We're averaging like 0.8 yards a carry over the last two games because our O-line sucks. The only way we can run the ball is if Lewerke runs it himself, and they're too scared to run him because then he'll get hurt, and then our season will be over anyway. Well, you got to go all in. They need to pass him 60 times a game if they have a chance to do anything. The ball needs to be in his hands. I'm so done with them trying to run it into a brick wall. That's literally what they're doing. They're handing the ball off, and he's running right into a brick wall. They have no chance. On defense, our defense is up and down. We are the number one rush defense in the country. I'm just throwing that out there. We've only allowed 98 yards all season. And we are an elite run defense. And we are a good pass defense. Indiana is okay. But my gosh.
Indiana sucks.
My gosh, stop blowing fourth quarter leads. I mean, this is stupid. This is ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous now. We cannot stop blowing leads. Because you know why? We can't run the ball. So we can't milk the clock. It's ridiculous. And then, my gosh, some of the picks Lewerke threw the other game were just awful. Just terrible. But I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about our coaches not knowing how to call a game. And now that LJ Scott's coming back, they're going to probably try to run it even more, which is stupid. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. They are literally wasting downs trying to run the ball. It's insanity. Insanity. All right, I just can't take it anymore. It's ridiculous.
Who'd you pick to win that game again?
I picked Indiana, and Indiana should have won. If it wasn't for that fake field goal.
It was a two-touchdown game.
Yeah. Well, it was 28-21, and it should have been 24-21. Oh,
Sure.
So, we once again blow another fourth quarter lead, almost lose the game. We're going to get our asses kicked by Penn State if that continues to happen. But I am 70% sure that D'Antonio is going to put the ball in Lewerke's hands by the Penn State game. That's what he did last year. We ran it like 7 times all game last year against Penn State. I'm sure the same thing's going to happen, but still, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, we're moving on. Nebraska embarrassed by Michigan, 55-10. What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, it was a complete team win, but it's Nebraska, so it doesn't mean anything. I think it means more for Nebraska than it does for Michigan. It just shows that Scott Frost really has a big rebuild on his hands. I don't think he realized what he was getting into when he took the job.
Fair. I don't take anything away. They're like easily one of the top 10 worst Power 5 teams in the nation right now. So it's like playing Western Michigan a couple weeks before. It means nothing.
I mean, I don't understand why people were so high in Nebraska. They went 4-8 last year, completely changed their offense, and everybody's expecting them to be good. I don't understand. I said they were going to suck this year, and look, they suck. It's not a shocker. For Michigan, this is bad for Michigan because now their players are going to get cocky because they know that they can pound teams that are worse than them, and they're going to come into a big game and lose because they think they're going to win going in, which happens all the time at Michigan. Happens at least a couple times a year. It'll happen again. Probably Wisconsin game, I would say. But, yeah, we'll see. Okay. Oregon blows a possible 31-7 lead to lose to Stanford. What are your thoughts on this game?
Let me tell you, watching this game, the first thing that came to mind was that this had to be the worst choke in NCAA history. Never in my life.
Let's calm down.
Never
Oregon
in my life.
Oregon had a worse choke a couple years ago. They were up 31-0 at halftime and lost.
No.
To TCU.
By the way, are we talking about Virginia Tech losing to Old Dominion?
No.
We have to talk about that.
No. Nobody cares about Virginia Tech.
That wasn't a choke, though. They just got outplayed.
Well, what we need to be talking about Virginia Tech is how Josh Jackson is allowed to be playing college for his 27th season.
Well, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
All right, anyways, Oregon sucks. They should be dropped out of the rankings, even though they somehow moved up after losing. But that was the greatest choke in NCAA history.
They should be. You're telling me they should be dropped out of the rankings because they lost the game in overtime to a team that was ranked 16 spots above them.
No, they did not. They did not lose the game in overtime. They had the greatest collapse in NCAA history.
You got to give them for being up. How much were they up?
I give them no credit for playing 2 quarters of football.
This is you're just impossible to talk to. Like it's like Michigan State trying to run the ball. It's just talking to a brick wall.
So everybody's blaming the officials. Yes, it was a choke, and I removed them from my rankings for one reason. That is because it's like a timeout. For 1 week, they are out of the rankings, but they'll be back next week if they win. And even if they lose, they'll probably be back in the rankings because of how bad college football has been this year. But anyways, doesn't matter because they had no chance. They had no chance to win the North anyway. There are 4 good teams in the North. I just don't think they can survive all those good teams. They're going to lose to Washington. They're probably going to lose to Cal. And they're probably going to lose to Washington State. And who knows? Who knows? Oregon State might beat them. You never know.
Yeah, I do have Oregon State beating them, actually.
Yeah, Oregon State, who had a tough loss against winless Arizona, and then a previous week against Nevada, but they're on the come up. They're on the come up, Oregon State. I heard Pat Casey is going to be their football coach this year. They might actually be a better team with him than anybody else. Anyways, this doesn't matter because Oregon is not going to do anything because their coach sucks and their team is not very good.
Oregon State needs to hire Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, okay. So let's...
Yeah, he's a top 5 coach in the nation.
Yeah, every former Texas Tech coach is going to the Pac-12 now.
Yeah. Hire Cliff Kingsbury.
No. Oregon State's got their man, Jonathan Smith.
So they should hire Lovie Smith, actually.
Lovie Smith. What a game by Illinois on Friday night.
Yeah, they were within, 30 points at the end? That was pretty good.
Yeah, they kept it within 10 at the end of the third. May have got outplayed in the fourth quarter a tad bit, but that happens.
Let's relax here.
They only got outscored 35-0 in the fourth quarter. Hey, it happens. It happens. So, let's move on. Wisconsin with a statement win at Iowa. With Wisconsin's tough schedule ahead, will Iowa still win the Big Ten West this year?
Wisconsin plays a crappy schedule. That game was for the Big Ten West. Wisconsin will win the Big Ten West, even though they are a weak team.
That's ridiculous.
And quite easily the 5th best team in the Big Ten. It's not even close. The 4 best teams are way ahead of them.
No.
Wisconsin and Iowa look like they're both going to finish with 2 losses anyway. And Wisconsin has the tiebreaker. So, and I think Iowa will get upset again before the end of the year. I think Wisconsin will lose to Penn State and that's it.
Alex,
What?
what do you have to say?
I actually agree with Luke. There's no way Wisconsin's winning out the rest of the year, and Iowa's just going to fade like they always do.
Iowa never fades. What are you talking about?
They were good a couple of years ago.
No, they have that 1 year where they're just really good for some reason.
They had one game in the last 10 years. That's ridiculous. They beat Ohio State. They beat Michigan when they were number 3 in the country. So yeah, Michigan sucks.
They are the most 8-5 team of all time. I've never seen
That's so true.
I've never seen a team more 8-5 than Iowa football. Anyways, I think Wisconsin will lose to Penn State. They will beat Michigan and beat everybody else in their schedule and still win the Big Ten West. I think Iowa will finish 9-3. They'll probably lose to either Purdue or Northwestern. They'll probably lose a game at home because even though everybody says Kinnick's a great home field advantage for them, they always lose a winnable game at home. So that'll probably happen. They lost to North Dakota State a couple years ago. It happens all the time.
They're nasty.
And their wave to the hospital, I can't get over it. They stole that from the Portland Sea Dogs.
How about the comments of Michigan college football fan?
How about the comments of the Penn State college football page?
Who was it that said Iowa fans shouldn't be waving because the kids will be dead in a couple weeks anyway?
That was a Penn State fan.
Oh, what's it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he got removed from Instagram.
I know. I saw that.
Oh, he's back, though, with a new account name.
I also saw that.
All right, let's calm down here.
The Michigan college football fan only said that he doesn't feel bad for Ohio State fans that died in 9/11. That's all he said.
Yeah, I saw that.
Anyways, and by the way, Alex Hornibrook is the second best quarterback in the Big Ten right now.
Oh my God!
He just makes every throw. I've never seen
right
a more clutch quarterback than Alex Hornibrook over the past 3 years.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
He has no weapons on the outside. Troy Fumagalli is gone. His offensive line is underachieving. Half his receivers are in court right now for some sort of assault. And he's just making plays in the fourth quarter. That's how it works.
Give me Nate Stanley over him.
Nate Stanley sucks!
No.
My gosh. Talk about the most...
best quarterback in the Big Ten.
Just because Colin Cowherd called him the best quarterback in the country, he's the most overrated quarterback in the history of college football. In the history of college football.
It's always right. No question.
Oh, he's always right, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Except for college football. He's always wrong. I don't think he's picked one.
D'Antonio's a grump, so he can't win it all.
Saban's a bigger grump. Where do you think D'Antonio gets it from? My gosh. His mentor, Nick Saban.
They all get it from Belichick.
Yeah, and Saban got it from Belichick, and Belichick got it from Parcells, and Parcells got it from whoever. Whoever he got it from. Doesn't matter. Alex Hornibrook is the best lefty quarterback in the country. Tua sucks. Hornibrook makes all the throws.
Tua. Oh yeah.
He is. He's a winner. He's a winner. Tua is not a winner.
Hornibrook throws the ball 15 miles an hour to his receivers. I've never seen a slower ball.
He delivers. He delivers. Big throws in big situations all the time.
He throws about loopy throws and he gets lucky.
I've watched him as a develop from his freshman year.
I've watched him as a freshman. Here comes this argument.
He is he's been so good. He's been so good.
Lefties, they're spawns of the devil.
What?
Lefties.
Yes, that is true. If Alex Hornibrook was born in the 1800s, he'd be hung for being a lefty. But that doesn't matter. Tua will be hung for being Hawaiian anyway. It doesn't matter if he's a lefty or a righty.
Let's relax.
Okay. Let's move on. Kelly Bryant was demoted. He was benched,
baby.
and then he transferred. Where do you think he will transfer, and how do you feel about the Clemson quarterback situation?
Well, Kelly Bryant, you got to give him credit. He had a great year last year. He led them to the playoffs, but it was time to make a change. He's a great quarterback, but Trevor Lawrence
saying Kelly Bryant led Clemson to the college football playoff is like saying Alex Hornibrook led Wisconsin to the Big Ten championship last year.
The quarterback leads the team. He is a great
quarterback. John O'Korn.
Lawrence,
John O'Korn led Michigan to 8 wins last year.
Yes, he did, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly Bryant will transfer to ECU.
No, we don't want him.
No.
We don't want him.
He is nasty.
He's not good enough for us.
Will overtake the overrated UCF team to win that conference.
No, ECU almost beat USF. They almost beat Blake Barnett and the Bulls.
Nope. He's going to ECU so they can defeat UCF. Because I don't like UCF.
I wonder why. Because they're the national champions. Nobody likes the national champions.
Dude, he's such a little baby. Come on.
What's he going to do, sit there and watch Trevor Lawrence playoff season?
Yeah. No, I don't care about him transferring. I care about him missing practice today after learning that he got overtaken by a freshman.
Dabo gave him the day off.
Not today, yesterday.
Yes, he did give him the day off yesterday.
No, he gave him Monday, then he voluntarily missed practice on Tuesday.
I do not recall this occurring. Well, we all know he's going to end up transferring to Michigan, just like any other quarterback that ends up on the transfer market. And Michigan's going to get all hyped. We'll take him. And lead him to a national championship. And then they're better than Shea Patterson. And not make it, and then they're going to say he sucks. He's better than Shea Patterson. I'll take him in a second.
Actually, I think Kelly Bryant's going to Washington State. They have a lot of quarterback turnover up there at Washington State. They've got another transfer in at quarterback right now, who is an East Carolina transfer, by the way. As you know, the suicide rate up in Pullman is pretty high, so we'll see what happens with Kelly Bryant there. No. In all seriousness, who knows where he goes? He could go to Grambling State. Wouldn't be shocked if he went there. Could North Dakota State. Could win a national championship. Say he's a national championship quarterback. Maybe he'll go to Alabama. Who knows?
Maybe he'll go to
Mount Union. Maybe he'll go to Northern Ohio University and compete with Ohio Northern and compete with Mount Union for the Division III, whatever conference they're in. Champion.
Another contender to get him, USM. I've heard reports that they're very high on Kelly Bryant.
Yeah, Southern Mississippi's already got their quarterback.
Not the USM I was referring to.
Oh, Southern Mexico?
Yeah, Southern Mexico.
Oh, well, they're a tough team. They got a good defense. Okay. Anyways. I'm not so sure that Trevor Lawrence was better than him, by the way. I'm not so sure.
He was a generational talent.
Oh, yeah, right.
Let's calm down.
Alex Hornibrook was a generational talent. And I will take Alex Hornibrook over Trevor Lawrence any day.
Oh my God!
I'm dead serious. I'm not even laughing.
No, you're not.
Dead serious. Hornibrook's a winner. I haven't seen Lawrence do anything.
Dude, he played 4 games.
Doesn't matter. Hornibrook. What did Hornibrook do in his first start? He beat LSU. In his first start, number 5 ranked LSU. He beat.
Multiple recruiting experts calling him a once-in-a-generation type of talent.
Yeah, that's why they almost lost to Texas A&M. Because he got outplayed by Kellen Mond. And so Kelly Bryant and Trevor Lawrence combined got outplayed by Kellen Mond.
He's a top 5 SEC quarterback.
Yeah, behind Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow's got who's last in the SEC in effective completion percentage or whatever.
Yeah, well, he's first in wins.
Fair enough.
Jared Stidham's number 1 in that category, just going to say.
Jared Stidham,
That he wins.
the 4th best quarterback in the SEC.
Oh, yeah.
The
Did you see
the 3rd best
the
quarterback
Ohio
in the
State,
state of
the
Alabama.
Ohio State youth section, their fan section is now taking over the LSU fan section for the year to support Joe Burrow, as they call him out in the Bayou. They did the OHIO, and they held up a sign that said, "Oh, EAUX." Oh.
Ohio with the EUX at the end.
EUX.
Yeah. Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Okay, let's move on. What do you guys feel about the Big Ten East? Who will win the Big Ten East? Who are the contenders in the Big Ten East?
Well, I think that all 4 teams could be contenders.
It's 5. It's 5 teams now.
Excuse me?
Maryland.
Okay, that's enough.
I'm dead serious.
But I'm taking Michigan State, Penn State, and Ohio State as the true contenders, and I'm going to take Penn State to win the Big Ten East.
That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
They have the best quarterback.
You have got to be kidding me.
What are you smoking today?
It's Ohio State who's going to win it. It's not even a question.
Penn State has a favorable schedule.
You're just in love with Trace McSorley.
They get Ohio State at home.
You just love
schedule.
You can't beat Appalachian State at home in overtime and be a contender to win it.
Well, it's going to be a whiteout this weekend. Yeah, so. You know why it's going to be a whiteout? Because the seats are white, and they're going to be all white when everyone's not in them, because we're up 42-0 after 3 quarters. Just relax. That's just not going to happen. My boy Lou Holt said it was going to be a close game, but I think he has dementia.
Well, he does. He's also got a speech disorder. What do you guys think about the Big Ten East?
Yeah, Ohio State's going to win, and they're going to win by about 3 games. It won't be over before Ohio State even plays Michigan.
Alex.
It won't be over before they even play Michigan State.
Probably.
It's definitely the most competitive, more competitive side of the two. There's 4 real contenders, I would say.
Penn State, win. Indiana, win. Minnesota, win. Purdue, win. Nebraska, win. We'll be 9 heading into Michigan State.
Purdue's an upset alert. Won't sleep.
Oh, give me a break.
Luke, didn't you pick Purdue to beat Ohio State earlier this year? I swear to God.
No, I didn't.
I swear to God, you picked.
I remember that. I also remember that. No, I have my predictions right here in my camera roll.
Oh, yeah, right.
Mike, who do you have winning the Big Ten East?
Ohio State. I'm number 2. I have Penn State. Then, I don't know. The last 3 teams could go either way. Michigan State, Michigan, and Maryland they're all really close.
Maryland sucks.
Maryland is one of the most talented teams. They are a very talented team. Let's just say that.
Sucks.
I like Kasim Hill. I like Matt Canada. I like their team. They're motivated.
Sorry, what was the team they just lost to?
Temple. We're not focusing on that. We're focusing on their demolition of Minnesota the week before.
Temple lost to an FCS team.
Minnesota was 4-0. They beat an undefeated team. That's a quadrant 1 win right there for Minnesota. That's all, or for Maryland. I think Ohio State will go 12-0 easily. Penn State 10-2, I would say. Then I would probably go Michigan, then Michigan State. Michigan State and Maryland are really close, though. I wouldn't be shocked if Maryland jumped them at the end of the season. Well, we will see.
Mike, this is what the deal is. Villanova in basketball lost to Providence.
So therefore, Providence football is better than Maryland.
Yeah, I've never heard of Providence football in my life. Is that even a thing?
I don't know, but they're better than Maryland.
Yeah, well, they're not even as close to as good as Maine, though.
True.
When Michigan State beats Central Michigan, it will be official. Michigan State will be better than Maine.
No, if they lose, though, then Maine will be better than Michigan State. There's a lot of pressure.
No.
Yep.
Maine lost to Central Michigan, and Michigan State would have lost to Central Michigan, so they're tied. They're both as good as each other.
Nope. You're playing. Nope.
All right, let's calm down.
Up a whopping 5 points on them. All right, let's move on.
Okay. All right. These are our top 25s right here. Do you guys care which one to go first? We want to start with mine. What do you guys?
I'd like to start with Luke.
Start with Luke's then. You guys, let's talk about.
This is easily the worst ranking I've ever seen. Why? You have got to be kidding me with USF and more teams. Let's start there. Okay? I will explain that pick. Okay, go ahead. USF is 4-0. They've beaten Elon. Nothing special. Georgia Tech, good win. Illinois, good win. East Carolina. You have Cal at 4 teams. All Cal beat BYU, and other than that, they haven't played a single team that is Idaho State.
They beat.
I didn't even know that was
BYU on the road. On the road at BYU.
That was before they were even good.
In the mountains of Utah. That's a tough place to play.
It's not a tough place to play because they can't sell booze. No one gets drunk. They all just sit there and clap.
There are 3 universities in the entire country that sell beer at their stadium. What are you talking about?
You can't tailgate before the game. Can't do anything at BYU. Luke, I'd like to continue to destroy your rankings here. Yep, go ahead. Number 16. You moved up Oregon after losing. Yeah, I did. Why would you do that? Why? Because at the end of the day, the result isn't what matters. It's how they played. I thought they played pretty well for 3.5 quarters of football. If they won that game, you would have had them in top 10 in your rankings. Oh, probably. Okay? So you admit that they're a good team. It's just they didn't win, though. They lost. No, but they proved that they can compete with the best teams in the country. Nope. All right, I have 2 more criticisms. Okay? Why is Michigan State ahead of Michigan?
That was my favorite one.
Honestly, I did that just to piss you off. I was I was like, I should do this just because it'd bother Chris. Yeah. Only reason I did it. All right. And then at number 25, you have the team that lost to Temple, who lost to an FCS team who lost to Providence. So I don't even understand how they're there. That just makes no sense. They've had one bad game. They blew out every single team they played except for Temple. They blew out Minnesota. They blew out Bowling Green.
Texas is a quality win.
They deserve to be in the top 25. They do not.
No.
Yes, they do.
If one person on here says Texas football is back, I might leave.
Texas is back. Texas is back.
They are back.
They're going to the Big 12 championship game. I picked them to go 11-1 this year, and I think it's going to happen.
All right. I'm done with Luke.
Chris, I got a problem with your ranking. Where is Mississippi State?
Mississippi State lost to Kentucky.
You put Colorado. Who is Colorado beating? My gosh.
Colorado is undefeated in a great
Oh, yeah, undefeated, huh? They barely beat a crappy Nebraska team.
They beat Nebraska.
They play,
in the rankings.
They played in the Conference of Champions.
They don't even have Philip Lindsay anymore. They don't even have Philip Lindsay anymore, and they're in the top 25. That's just ridiculous.
They should be. Yep, they are a top 25 team.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
And you just
I have a question for Chris. Okay? Why is Stanford ranked so high on your list? That's 6? They beat San Diego State, USC. Stanford's at 5 on your ranking. Well, yes, I think Oregon's a pretty damn good team. You think they're a horrible team. You don't even win at Oregon. That's a tough place to trash.
No, I did not say that.
Okay, so why are you getting upset at me that I moved them up? Because they're a good team.
Because Oregon, when they played them, was ranked 20th. You play at Oregon, a tough place to play.
Yeah,
that's a great win.
When Cal beat BYU, they weren't ranked, so therefore it doesn't matter.
What am I going to put Oklahoma ahead of them? Went to overtime with Army?
They put the
Yes.
triple option
Yes.
is a pretty hard offense to play defense against.
I just have a question for Chris. Why is UCF below Texas? That's my.
Because I don't like UCF.
They're undefeated. Man. They're
You're
reigning
so
national champions.
biased. So
I don't-
biased.
Yeah, I am biased.
You're like Fox Sports. You're like Fox Sports and Jim Harbaugh, but the other way around. Jim Harbaugh could go 3-9. They still freaking blow his fucking dick. Doesn't matter what he does.
Yep, I'm biased. I know.
I'm
So how
surprised
can
you
we-
haven't mentioned my edition of Utah State in the rankings.
Yeah,
Chris, how are we going to take you seriously? Incredible if you just admitted that you're biased.
I am Power 5 biased. I'm a Power 5 expert.
It's just that sound. You know how stupid that sounds? Do you know how stupid that sounds?
Oh, do you know how stupid it is to have Utah State in your ranking?
Utah State is a really good team. They had a solid win at Air Force.
Oh yeah, a solid Air Force team. Yeah.
I think they'll beat Boise State and win the Mountain West Mountain Division.
You also know how stupid it is to have Auburn below Washington?
No, it is not stupid because Auburn sucks and they lost to LSU at home. Washington
Okay, well, Auburn beat Washington.
Washington beat a quality Arizona State team at home.
Okay.
Quality.
And you have Michigan State bias, so
I don't have Michigan State bias at all.
yes, you do.
I have no Michigan State bias. I think we're going 8-4 this year. What are you talking about?
Dude, he has.
Chris, you have Michigan State higher than Mike does.
I do.
Everybody does. Everybody does. God.
Mike,
Listen-
you also have Wisconsin way too high.
I was struggling to find teams at the bottom. No, I don't have Wisconsin too high.
Yes, you do.
Wisconsin.
You have them higher.
Oh, well,
What are you talking
yeah,
about?
never mind. And Alex, how do you have Oregon so high?
What do you mean do I have them so high? They're right in the middle where they should be.
They're at 14. They shouldn't even be ranked.
So let's see. Luke has them at 16. Mike has them.
Mike doesn't have them. Mike gave him a timeout.
I gave him a timeout.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
They'll
No,
be
they're
back
right in the
next
middle
week,
of the
though.
pack. They should have won that game. They had one bad loss to a top 5 team.
It's not even a bad loss.
No.
Going into the game, if I told you Oregon would lose in overtime to Stanford, what would you say?
It was
Probably played a pretty good game.
it was an embarrassingly good loss. Let's just say that.
Yeah. And it's not like they were like number 25 the week before and just got dropped out. You can't just.
It's embarrassing that they choked that badly.
I want to see them choke to Oregon State. That would be so funny.
That would be fun.
How do you have Miami at 15?
Miami
Miami
sucks. My gosh. They are so
Defensively,
overrated at every position. Turnover chain. Put that thing away until you beat a good team. My gosh.
Oh,
Mark
they,
Richt hasn't beaten a single good team in 4 years.
They benched Rozier, so that's their answer.
Oh,
Terry Rozier.
Terry Rozier.
See, mine are the best ones, and none of you have a problem with that.
No.
I just said I had a problem with it.
I have a problem with it.
What?
Oh, that's lightning. Damn. You have Cal too low. Oklahoma State shouldn't be in there. Duke is too low.
Toppy.
Wisconsin's too low. Miami's too high. Kentucky is fine. Michigan's fine. Oregon's fine. UCF is fine. Washington's fine. Auburn's fine. Notre Dame's fine. The rest of it's fine. Except for West Virginia's a tad high. They're not a top 10 team.
Dude, once you get the bottom, 8 is like a toss-up.
Hey, Luke.
Yeah.
Where is Texas Tech?
Not in the rankings. They don't deserve
Oh, why is that?
Why should they be, Chris?
They won out of Oklahoma State, and they beat Houston.
Houston? I thought you said
Non-Power
Houston
5
Open?
teams don't count.
Bad. I like Houston. I don't like UCF.
You're so biased.
But Texas Tech Ole Miss by 20.
Yeah, where's Ole Miss in the rankings?
Okay, Ole Miss. That was a bad loss.
How much did they lose to Alabama by?
Okay, that was a bad loss. But that is irrelevant to the conversation.
Oh, is it now? Oh,
Relevant.
the fact you have Colorado in there just completely disregards your top 25.
That's a bad loss. You know how bad loss of a loss Mississippi? You're not going to qualify for a bowl.
That's right.
Ole Miss will not make a bowl game this year. Okay, what's your point?
Luke,
That's not lost.
where's Mississippi State on there?
I don't like that. Mississippi State is not a good.
They have no. They are a top 10 talented roster. They'll bounce back.
Talent doesn't mean nothing. Yeah, crapped on by Kentucky.
Well, Kentucky's a good team, and they played them on the road. Lexington's a tough place to play.
Mississippi State has to play Auburn, at LSU, Texas A&M, and Alabama. Good luck.
I'm not saying they're going to finish top 25. I'm just saying they are a top 25 team.
As of right now.
They're going to lose all 4 of those games, but that doesn't matter. Right now is all that matters.
Yeah, if they had Dak Prescott, they'd win all of them.
Let's calm down. Dak Prescott sucks.
Yeah, and if Ohio State had Maurice Clarett, I wouldn't even be a conversation anymore. Oh, you can't forget if Michigan had Jake Rudock.
If Michigan State had Drew Stanton, it would be all over.
They need oh, never mind. I forgot his name.
If we had Plaxico Burress back, we'd be winning championships. We'd have the best receiving core of all time.
Dude, if we had Denard Robinson, what are you talking about?
Denard Robinson sucked.
Denard Robinson sucked.
Remember that game? Michigan had negative 48 rushing yards against Michigan State, thanks to Denard Robinson.
Yeah, you got
Chad Henne.
Chad Henne. Wasn't that the quarterback that lost to App State? That's right.
Anyway.
If Ohio State had Eddie George, and Troy Smith and Joey Bosa, we'd be nasty.
If you had Joey and Nick Bosa on the same line.
And Archie Griffin.
Well, I don't know who that is. Whatever.
Anyways.
Heisman twice.
Oh, yeah. Whatever. Let's move on to... All right, who are your playoff picks? Who are your improved playoff picks this year?
I'm going with Alabama. Or no, not Auburn at number 1. Oh, my goodness.
That's a joke.
I can't wait.
The best quarterback in the country.
I can't wait till they lose by 55 to Alabama.
They're going to lose to Texas A&M, let alone anybody else.
I am then going with Stanford, undefeated Stanford at number 2. And I'll then go to Alabama with their one loss to Auburn. And my number 4 team will be Texas Tech. So that is my 4.
I'm going to take you off this call. That's how ridiculous that is.
Texas Tech is favored to win the rest of their
Cliff
games.
Kingsbury has won a consistent 5 games a year, and now you're going to pick him to go to the playoff. Are you kidding me? That is like saying Minnesota's going to go to the playoff. That is basically the equivalent.
It would have been a better pick to say UCF.
Would have been a better pick to say SMU.
Dude,
Texas Tech is a very good team.
If they play,
they're 8-4. They're not 11-1. Let's calm down. Let's take it down a bit.
Because they're gonna beat. They're gonna beat Oklahoma in the Big Ten championship.
All right, let's calm
Alabama, they may give up 110 points.
Yeah, but they'd score 110 points too.
No.
Definitely.
No. They had Patrick Mahomes and went 5-7. Can we please just calm down?
If they played Auburn in that 1-4 matchup, I don't even know what I would do. Who would I root for?
If Alabama had Patrick Mahomes, they would have went 15-0 every year.
Nope, Alec Bowman is better than Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know what to say. What are your guys' top 25. Or no, playoff picks.
Alex,
Say it again.
you want to go? Say your top 4?
In order or just overall?
I guess overall. It doesn't really matter.
Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama, and I'll throw in Georgia.
Fair enough.
Actually, I don't know about that one. I'll throw in Stanford because you can't have two teams.
Stanford sucks.
They'll
They were
win
down
out. They'll win
24-7 at crappy Oregon.
They'll win out, and then they'll just sneak it in.
They're going to get destroyed by Notre Dame this week.
No.
Yes, they are.
Let's get to that later.
They almost lost to Ball State. What are you talking about?
Well,
They have Ian Book now.
Yeah, Ian Book is nasty. Brandon Wimbush is the worst quarterback I've ever seen play the position. Except for Central Michigan's quarterback, who is even worse. But we'll get into that game in a little bit. Luke, who do you have?
Okay, no particular order. Ohio State, Notre Dame. These last two I'm struggling with.
Bama?
Nope, not Bama. Bama will not make the playoffs.
Oh, jeez.
They're going to lose to LSU and Joe Burrow. So Ohio State, Notre Dame, LSU. Oh, jeez. And West Virginia. Oh, my God.
Here we
You're
go.
not one to talk.
Here we go. Okay, that is bad.
No, I'm just kidding. That's not terrible. I'm just kidding. I knew Chris would freak out.
All right.
And I think Oklahoma will get it. Okay, fair enough.
All right, I'm going to go with Duke, UCF,
But don't
Penn
sleep on
State.
West Virginia. Don't sleep on West Virginia. Duke. Oh, my God.
Duke, UCF. I'm going to go with Baylor, and I'm going to go with BYU. No.
Utah State.
Utah State lost on the road. I can't have that. No. Number 1, Alabama 13-0 13-0. Number 2, Ohio State 13-0. Number 3, Clemson 13-0.
On the road in September. Hard to do.
What?
How about Virginia Tech? They lost not Virginia Tech, Old Dominion.
Oh yeah. Old
They beat
Dominion.
Virginia Tech on the road in September. That's very hard to do.
What are they at 1-3 right now?
Yeah, good team. Oh, so Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, and Oklahoma, who will also go 13-0. We will have several 12-1 teams left out, including Georgia, Stanford, Notre Dame, who go 11-1. Will be left out. So this year will be the year that the playoff will change, because all the Georgia fans will complain, and all the Notre Dame fans will complain. Notre Dame might go 12-0 and still not make the playoff. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's relaxed.
How funny would that be if they went 12-0 and missed the playoff?
They play in that stupid independent thing, so I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
be
their
mad.
fault. Or they should just schedule 13 games. If they were smart, they would do that, but they're not. They're stupid, so they don't do that. It'll be very interesting to see. But I've got four 13-0 teams this year making the playoff. It's going to be an absolute juggernaut. It's going to be the greatest playoff of all time. And if anybody cares, I have Ohio State winning the national championship.
No, that's okay.
Yes. Urban Meyer's motivated.
I have Auburn winning the national championship.
I just want to see Paul Feinbaum cry when Ohio State wins the national championship. That's all I want to see. Okay,
Auburn is going to win.
Auburn. I got Auburn going 8-4 this year.
I want to see Joe Burrow versus Dwayne Haskins in the national championship game.
I was gonna be nice and say they're going 9-3, but 8-4 sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Week 4 picks. Luke leads with a solid 10-2 week 3 or week 4. So
What are
Alex
the overall standing?
Luke is 32-13. Alex and Chris are tied at 31-14, and I'm 5 games back at 26-19. What?
Okay.
I can make up ground, hopefully.
I just want to see Joe Burrow and Dwayne Haskins play the national title game.
Okay.
This is a big week. There's a lot of good games.
First game, Central Michigan at Michigan State.
And this is not one of them. I'm taking Michigan State big.
Oh, you sure?
Yep, I am too.
Luke, you even going to pick this game or no?
That's not even worth it.
All right, Central Michigan it is. And we've got our first upset pick.
I'll take Michigan.
Oh, well, Michigan's not playing in this game, so we're going to go with Central.
Michigan State.
Central Michigan it is. Okay. Central Michigan sucks. I don't know what to say. They are 110th in the FBS in offense. Michigan State is a top 20 defense in the country. I'm going to go with Michigan State. Although I still think we will try to run into a brick wall. Although it won't be a brick wall because Central Michigan sucks. It'll be more like a fence that bends. They might get about 4 or 5 yards of carry on this crappy Central Michigan team. But I'm going to go with 42-0. West Virginia at Texas Tech. Big 12 o'clock game.
I'm going to take Texas Tech in this game.
Of course
Because
you will.
Texas Tech is nasty.
You can see a picture of Mr. 5-7, Cliff Kingsbury.
I'm picking West Virginia. Will Greer's going to throw for 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, he will. But Alabama's going to throw for 6.
What'd you say, Luke?
What's the spread on this game?
West Virginia's 3.5-point favorites.
Oh, my God. They're going to win, and they're going to cover easily. Oh, really? Yeah. What's the over-under? 80?
I don't know what the over-under is. I have no idea. Probably 95, I would say.
100?
120.
No way.
I would take the over.
You're kidding?
No,
You're
I am kidding. I don't know what it is. Okay, so we got 2 for West Virginia, 1 for Texas Tech. I don't know. I don't know how to pick this game. West Virginia's going to have their choke moment, and Texas Tech. I picked against Texas Tech 2 straight weeks, and they've backfired. So I'm just going to take Texas Tech because I can't pick against them three straight weeks.
ESPN gives them Texas Tech a 61% chance to win. That is absurd.
Indiana at Rutgers. Game of the week.
Oh, my God.
This is a big game.
Indiana.
This is a big
I'll
game.
take Indiana.
Big game for Indiana. If they want to be a bowl team this year, they got to win this game. And they will.
Indiana.
They will. Indiana, Rutgers sucks.
I'm never picking Rutgers after they get blown out by Kansas.
Dude, Nichols would wipe the floor with them. My gosh.
Honestly.
Kansas, that's a good Kansas team. Remember when they had that Charlie Weiss as the coach?
That's why Baylor's vaunted defense shut them down last week.
Team. I don't know. Rutgers, you're going to have a bounce back week this week, just like every week. They have a bounce back week because they suck.
That doesn't even make sense. They won't have a bounce back week if they suck.
They have a bounce back week every week, Mike.
Why? Because they lose by less and less every week?
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Okay.
Rutgers beat Texas State this year, so.
Hey, they beat a Texas team. They're on the right track.
They beat Texas.
Now they would lose to every other Texas team, but hey, you got to start with one.
I'll just take Indiana.
Okay. Purdue at Nebraska.
Oh my God. I'm rolling with Nebraska here.
Oh, thank you. You made my pick so much easier.
Purdue, They won last week. They beat a good Boston College team, but when Purdue lost to Eastern Michigan, I had seen enough. So Nebraska's going to bounce back and get a win. No, Purdue will win. Purdue could easily be 4-0 right now.
Yeah,
But they're not.
let's calm down.
They lost by 4 to Northwestern, 1 to Eastern.
You are right.
So Purdue's going to win this game by a couple touchdowns.
I'm torn here. I'm just going to take Purdue because it's a safe pick, but Scott Frost, always unpredictable with him at the helm, so I'm still going to take Purdue.
Nebraska is so bad. My God. So bad. Purdue in a blowout. Michigan at Northwestern.
Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. It's not.
I don't know. It's a good Northwestern team. They beat a good Purdue. Playing court, and they also lost to Akron.
Yeah, coming off a bye week, though.
Akron is in Ohio, which means they're good. But I'm going to have to take Michigan.
Okay. Northwestern, or Michigan owns Northwestern. But I think it'll be closer than people think. Michigan will win by 35 points. It's 42-7. Florida at Mississippi State.
Mississippi State. It's not even going to be close.
This is going to be a very, very good game, but Mississippi State will win.
Florida hasn't had a quarterback since Tim Tebow.
I don't know what you're talking about. Felipe Franks is nasty.
Oh, definitely.
Felipe Franks is doing for 12
They had Luke Del Rio. I don't know what happened to him.
They had Will Greer until he got suspended.
Yeah, that was stupid.
It's at Mississippi State. I think that's going to be really the deciding factor. Mississippi State will win, probably by 10. It'll probably maybe 13, but they'll just add on it near the end of the game in garbage time.
Chris, did you pick Florida?
No, I picked Mississippi State.
Okay. Well, since all three of you took Mississippi State, I'm going to take Florida because I need to either get back in the standings or just get eliminated early. But I'll just pick Florida because they looked good last week. I'll take Florida. Virginia Tech at Duke.
I'm rolling with Virginia Tech. They're not going to lose again. They're bounce back this week.
No.
I don't buy Duke, so.
Are you, dude, Duke all the way? What are you talking about?
I'm with Chris. I don't buy Duke at all. I think they're fake. I think they're going to be like Cal was last year. Cal started 5-0, ended under 500. I don't think Virginia
They
Tech
did not
will
start 5-0. What are you talking about?
Oh, last year Cal started 5-0.
No, they did not.
They did.
They did not start 5-0. I will bet you $1 million.
Okay, go look at the schedule.
They might have started 4-0. But they did not start 5-0.
They did.
No, they didn't.
Go look.
I will look.
I'm taking Virginia Tech because I don't think they'll lose back-to-back games, especially after losing their Old Dominion team.
Yeah, I don't know. I picked Virginia Tech to win the Coastal, but Josh Jackson's done. I don't know if he's done for the year, but he's done for a while. Oh, this is a tough one for me. I'm going to go with Duke because Duke they're always ready for these types of games. They don't. David Cutcliffe always has his team ready to play, and I got Duke winning.
How about when they got blown out by Miami last year? Did he have his team ready to play then?
Well, his team wasn't very good last year. His team is actually good this year, so I will take Duke. South Carolina at Kentucky.
South Carolina. I don't like Kentucky.
Okay. What do you guys have?
I have Kentucky by 1 million. I love Kentucky. I am on the Kentucky bandwagon.
Alex, who do you have? Okay, then. Okay, we're going to continue.
Yep.
So who'd you pick, Luke, again? Kentucky?
I took Kentucky.
Okay. I'm going to go with South Carolina. I like South Carolina a lot. I said they go 11-1. They're not going to go 11-1. But they will go 10-2. So I'm taking South Carolina.
I am so on the Kentucky bandwagon, it's not even funny.
Oh, let's see Cal's schedule last year. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 4-3, 4-4, 4-5, 5-5, 5-6, 5-7. Oh, look, 5-7. They started 3-0. They did not start 5-0. My gosh. BYU at Washington.
I think Washington by 1 million. Yeah, I'll take Washington. I don't know if it'll be by 1 million. I'm not buying BYU at all. I think they're a good team. I don't think they're a top 25 team.
I am all in on BYU. My man, Kalani Sitake, one of the best coaches in America right now. He wears that amazing bracelet or amazing necklace. It makes him look like a man. Anyways, BYU 21, Washington 20 on a Hail Mary at the end of the game.
Oh, God. Who's their coach?
Kalani Sitake. I don't know where he's from. I don't care. I got BYU winning.
Mike.
Yes.
Mike. I meant to say the 2015 Cal team.
2015.
Yeah.
2015. Okay.
The one with Jared Goff?
Oh yeah. How about that? How about the Geno Smith West Virginia team?
What about them?
What, they were like top 20. They started 5-0 and were top 10 and finished like 5-7.
Geno Smith sucks. Yeah, facts.
Just like your mom. Oh.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
Let's move on. Oregon at Cal.
I don't think Oregon's going to lose back-to-back games. I'll take them to bounce back this week. I think Cal's a little overrated. Yeah, they're a little overrated. But I think they're overrated, so I'm going to go with...
How dare you?
What?
Ross Bowers. We trust. Cal, 28. Oregon, 21. Cal's defense is for real. Justin Wilcox is a top 10 coach in the Pac-12. I'm going with Cal.
Whatever you're smoking, I want some of it.
Oh, why? You want to pick like me?
No.
Oh, because I'm 5 games back, so you don't want anything I'm having right now. All right, number 7, Stanford at number 8, Notre Dame.
I'm going with Stanford. I'm all in. They're going to win at Notre Dame. It'll be one of the greatest wins in Cardinal history.
No.
Yeah, no. Notre Dame will win.
Notre Dame, 31. Stanford, 20. Ian Book is the difference maker for Notre Dame.
KJ Costello is better than Ian Book.
And I'm just gonna throw out if Brandon Wimbush started the game, I would take Notre Dame, or I would take Stanford by 17. But because Ian Book's starting, I've got Notre Dame winning handily at home.
No, KJ Costello is better.
I don't care if he's better. Notre Dame has a better team.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't have Arcega Whiteside.
Bryce Love is overrated. Arcega Whiteside sucks. They all suck.
Oh, really?
Yep.
He might be the best receiver in the country.
Oh, no.
Tony Jones Jr. is better than Bryce Love.
Whoever's number 1 receiver in your eyes is number 3, or is going to be number 3 behind Felton Davis and Cody White.
No. Arcega Whiteside's number 1.
No.
Chris. But Tony Jones Jr. is better than Bryce Love. Okay?
Who?
Tony Jones Jr., the running back for Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
Mike, by the way, our single Whitehead's another guy who's been in college for about 38 seasons.
No guy's been in college forever?
No.
Matt McQuaid.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I swear, no. And Duncan Robinson. I go back to like 2008 and Duncan Robinson's on the roster, just sitting there. I'm like, are you kidding me? John Beilein had hair back then. Okay. Number 4, Ohio State at Penn State. The game of the week. Game day is in Happy Valley.
First of all, the game of the week is clearly Texas Tech, West Virginia. That's a side point.
Well, let's do a simple averages. So, what is West Virginia?
No,
what is West Virginia? What is their rank? 11? What are they?
Yeah, like that. 9, 10, 11.
Or whatever. Just say they're 12, plus Texas Tech, which is 24. Simple math, 36. Divide by 2, 18. So that's an average of 18. What's 9 plus 4? That equals 13. Divided by 2, 6.5. I would say this is the better matchup.
Whatever. I'm taking Penn State. It's a whiteout. They don't lose in the whiteout. They lost.
That's just silly. That is just silly.
Nope. I'm taking Penn State. They're going to be doing the Florida State chant.
Yeah, if they did, I would take it. If they did, I would take Penn State, but they're not. So.
Nope. I'm taking Penn State. Yeah, it's going to be Sad Valley after Ohio State walks in there and demolishes them. Penn State is overrated. Ohio State is underrated. Dwayne Haskins, you know when Pedro, after he got shelled by the Yankees, he was like, I'm just going to have to call the Yankees my daddy. Yeah, well, Penn State's going to be calling Dwayne Haskins daddy after this game.
Do you see every time Rutgers scores a touchdown, their student section yells Penn State sucks? No matter what team they're playing. Well, they never score a touchdown, so it rarely happens. But back to this matchup. We got a whiteout. We got whiteout. Everybody's gonna be rocking. The enemy, Urban Meyer, comes into town, facing a better coach, according to the fans. Whatever his name is, James Franklin. They got the better quarterback. They got the better team.
Oh, they do not have the better quarterback. Yes, they do.
I'm just joking. I'm pretending to be a Penn State fan. They have everything that's better than Ohio State. And when they look up at the end of the first quarter, 28 Ohio State, Penn State 7 at the end of the first quarter. This is going to be a blowout of monumental proportions. I think it'll be over by halftime. I think it's going to be like 35 to 14 at halftime. It's going to be just over. Ohio State will humiliate Penn State, force their fans to shut up. Ohio State 56, Penn State 21.
Oh my goodness!
It's not even going to be close. Now, I will change. If I turn on the TV and the Penn State fans are doing that, I'm going to change my pick on the spot. And you can't tell me I can't. But I don't think that's going to happen. So I've got Ohio State in a blowout. Urban Meyer will prove the haters wrong. James Franklin will once again prove to be an average coach. So, that is going to be it for this episode of the podcast. We will see you next week. Thank you, everybody.